This broadcast brought to you under broadcasting rights granted by the Metro Chicago Sports Network, solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Metro Chicago Sports Network is an infringement of the copyright and strictly prohibited. Your announcer is an independent producer of these games and solely responsible for its content, and this game is pre-recorded for presentation at this time. Glad to have you with us. Down the network, kind of a strange doubleheader. We get two games with Trier Green here, obviously played on two different days. Cleared out ahead. And picked up by the Loyola Ramblers. Matt O'Connor. O'Connor puts it to the far side. Now into the zone. Chaya centered it. Shot and the save. And Golden Knights got Sortle for the Trevians. Now picked up by Samus. Now Benjamin with it. Benjamin up ahead. Trevians put it into the zone. Picked away on the near side. Now picked up again by the Trevians. Keneally centers it and stolen away. Jack Hammond out to center ice. To the near side. Peyton Chain, and he got rubbed out. Dan O'Donohue. To the near side boards. And they push it along there. Chris Nine, the referee tonight. Chris, a former goalie for Trier. Finley Brown with the shot. Didn't have much on it. Easily knocked down. Put back down into the Trier end. Now picked up by Paul Benjamin. Again, he back passes it. Keneally dumps it in. Washed off the icing. Connor Long, near side. Peyton Chain. Up ahead, intended for Finley Brown. Stolen away. Trevians control. Dan O'Donohue. The pass intended for Roger Lump. Misconnections. And this time it is going to be icing. Icing against the Loyola Ramblers. Icing against the Ramblers. Schragle got it out to the point. Now the Ramblers busted away a 2-on-3. Offside anyway. Over on the left wing. Somebody was in ahead of the play. Joey Chula. On the near side, flipped down into the zone. Back behind the goal line. Near side. Picked up by the Trevians. Didn't get it out of the zone. Now the Trevians do get it out. Jordy Katz gave it to Davidson. His shot and the save. And Katz busted his stick out to the point and out to center ice. Chula got creamed by Killen just on the ice. J. Edgar Killen into the zone. The shot, that moved wide. Killen centered it. Nobody there. Now, John Eichelberger put it to the far side. The long shot through everything. Brought to the near side. And the Ramblers on the standing breakout twice tried to get it out before they finally succeeded. Now picked up by Lutz. Dan Lutz tried to get it in the zone. Put in, finally, by the Trevians, near side. Trier has regained first place in the Metro North, but that's because Evanston's been off for 2 games now. Akorsha with the big cranker, and that's wide. Second attempt, shot in is saved. Put to the corner, back out to the point. Very weak shot by the defenseman. O'Connor back behind the goal. Keneally, Lutz, Danny Lutz, Eichelberger overskated it, back out to center ice, and they push it along there. And we lose a puck and gain a face-off. Now the face-off will take place over on that far side. Millard. Now Hope put it into the zone. Right back to the blue line and cleared out to center ice to the Trevian blue line. Connor Long at his pocket pick. Got caught up in a skate. Millard in. Shot. Save at point-blank range. Finley Brown put it out to the point now. The Ramblers did. And out beyond to the red line. The Trevians put it into the zone. Left back there to the near side. Back out again to center ice. Taken by O'Donohue. O'Donohue puts it to the far side. Kevin Carroll takes a hit. Puck gets caught up into the legs. Picked up by the Trevians. Trevians shovel it ahead. Connor Long. Boom with the check. Trevians come up with the puck into the slot. O'Donohue couldn't get the shot away. Now a weak one. Grabbed and held on. And now some more pushing and shoving after the play. Kevin Carroll and Dan O'Donohue. Kevin Carroll grabbed hold of O'Donohue, but nothing that Chris Nine felt compelled to call. Jamie Crowley to the near side. Keneally. And cleared the length of the ice. Shallow angle shot by Bill Schwartz. Went wide. Now taken by Peter Cecil. Cecil clears it ahead. Jamie Crowley. Crowley. Shot ran into a leg out front. Out to the point and out beyond the point. Now picked up by the Trevians at center ice. Crowley back into the zone. The shot ran into traffic. Got his own rebound though. Crowley couldn't get a shot away through all the sticky wickets, and now they'll play a game of shinny over there. Picked up by the Trevians. Out to the point. There's the shot. Just a little wide to the near side. On the near side, Matt Passon ranges in off the point. Again in beyond that goal line. A shot high and wide. Keneally wrapped around to the point. Chula managed to get it to center ice. Picked up by Peter Cecil. Cecil ahead to Matt Passon. Matt Passon into the zone. The drop pass out to the corner. Roger Lump back out to the point. The shot just a little wide. Put to the near side. Chaya. Now the shot from the point and the save. The rebound kind of dribbles back towards Bob Depish, and he holds on. Meanwhile, once again, the Loyola defensemen get a little rambunctious on the New Trier forwards, which tells you, if you are a regular viewer, that the New Trier wings this time are getting in tight on New Trier, something that I commented on some of the other games, that New Trier doesn't have a habit of doing that. Today they are. Back behind the goal line, put to the far side. Paul Yoon, he kicks it ahead, wrapped around to the near side. chain. He couldn't keep it in the zone. Now they shot by Cecil wide, and again he got hit. Another hit, and that was kind of silly. No penalty, though. Some more fistful of gloves. There's a lot of that going on, but throughout high school hockey, we got a penalty coming up back behind the play on New Trier, I believe, for charging. On Jeff Davidson. There's a lot of that, but charging, high hits, face full of gloves. And over the 24 years I've done the hockey, when that's happened, it's generally because players don't have the skating skills, and so when normally they would be down low with their hits and hitting properly, they're up high because they just can't skate fast enough to anticipate hitting the player properly. Kind of hard to explain, but that's kind of what I'm talking about. And a nice hold in there by Samus, not called. Out to the point. Flipped over to the near side. Nowak put it to the corner. Back out to the high slot. The big boomer in the save. And the Trevians clear it ahead. Stolen away. Eichelberger will rag the puck. Ended up getting in on the linesman. Now put over to the near side. A heavy check thrown in there on the end of that by one of the Trevians. Now Lutz, he couldn't get into the zone with it. Eichelberger fanned on the shot. Finley Brown tried to pass it ahead for Matt O'Connor. That didn't work. Brad Parker and O'Connor in the corner. Finley Brown goes over to help. Picked up by Eichelberger, who got it out to the point, actually, and then tried to steal it away. Didn't do so. LaCourcia puts it back in, offside. No score. We're in the first period. New Trier and Loyola. New Trier Green, Loyola Gold. The face-off, controlled by the Trevians, into the zone, to the near side. Jeff Parker, again a defenseman, playing up in the zone. Now he retreats. There's a quick shot, a goal! Jamie Crowley. Short-handed goal for the Trevians. Jamie Crowley puts it home, and it's 1-0 New Trier. Nothing New Trier on the goal by Jamie Crowley. Flipped ahead, put into the zone. J.P. LaCourcia. LaCourcia with the puck, puts it to the near side, out to the point and out beyond the blue line. Picked up by Crowley, flipped all the way down. Trevian still penalty killing. He got double teamed. Now again picked up by New Trier, out and cleared by Samus. McHugh and Samus, the forwards in that corner for Loyola. Out to the point and out beyond the blue line. Penalties over, and teams are back to being copacetic here. LaCourcia gets knocked down by Keneally. Puck pops free. Parker to the far side. Now flipped into the zone. Back behind the goal line. To the near side. And cleared. Held by Scott Sortle. Scott Zabin will drop the puck. Zabin, another former player from Metro. Played for Glenbrook South. The draw. Quick shot and the save to the far side. Ho. Held in the zone by O'Connor. Centered right in front. Couldn't get the shot away. Ho with the puck. Near side. Cleared. Trevians with it. Millard. He's ridden off by Kevin Carroll. Near side. Centering attempt didn't quite work. Now Pat Turner knocks the man down. And a penalty on Turner? Or the puck frozen underneath? Just the puck frozen underneath. Frozen puck. And the Trevians will bring out a new line here for the face-off inside the Ramblers' end. Davidson and Finley Brown chased out. Jordy Katz and Jack Hammond. Davidson, Katz, Finley Brown took the man, but the puck squirted to the side of the net, off the post. A bell ringer. And now Depesh sits and hatches it. And the face-off. Roger Lump, LaCourcia, put to the far side. There's a shot, a goal! Roger Lump puts it home. And the Trevians have a 2-0 lead. Now the face-off on the near side, up ahead. Now picked up Keneally. No. Offside. A very long first period here tonight. Now the draw, put to the far side. Connor Long, he got knocked down by Crowley. Could have been an elbow even. He kind of got his hands up there a little bit. Now put on the near side. Peyton Shane put it out to the point. The shot by Kevin Carroll was a deflected wide. One of the Ramblers trying for the deflection in. Little backdoor play. Crowley fed it to the slot. Nobody there. In too deep was Paul Benjamin. Benjamin puts it back behind the goal line. Keneally now picked up by Jamie Crowley. Crowley into the slot. The shot is saved and flipped out to the point. Held in the zone. The shot again into the slot and again knocked away. Jeff Parker puts it in, and now Depesh grabs and holds. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Coverage of the new Trier Green Loyola Gold game. Trevians on top now, 2-0. Trevians maintaining their first place lead right now in the league. Near side, out to the point, and broken away. Brad Parker, now the puck into the slot. Shot, save. Back out to the point. A blaster ran into traffic. Turnaround shot, and one of the Trevians dove in front of it. Now John Eichelberger gets it out to center ice. LaCourcia put it to the far side and now dumped into the zone by the Ramblers as they had to clear the zone to try again. Now picked up by Matt O'Connor. O'Connor's shot. Shallow angle, save, rebound. Couldn't get the shot away through the sticky wickets deep to the corner. Now Dan O'Donohue. O'Donohue up ahead for Dan Watts to the near side. And the Ramblers sort of drag it. Up ahead, Watts. Killen dipsy doodles into the zone. Now John Eichelberger dropped past it because he couldn't get the shot away. And that was smelled out and busted up right into the slot. There's a little backhand shot that was wide. Put to the far side, and the Ramblers get it out to center ice. As the horn sounds, ending the period. At the end of the first period of play, the score of the New Trier Trevians 2 and the Loyola Ramblers nothing. We'll be back with more hockey action in just a moment. Underway with the second period, Trevians leading at 2-0 near side. Now put to the far side, the little game of shinny going on back and forth. Now Jamie Crowley back passes it. Stolen away and now flipped into the zone. You know, it's kind of interesting to me. People have for years said they can't get noticed playing high school hockey in Illinois. Well, I know for a fact there are a couple of New Trier players that are being noticed by a Division I school in this game. Because the scout came up and talked to me about a couple of the players. Rough side against the Ramblers. And over the course of the last, I'd say 2 weeks, there have been a number of discussions. And I'll tell you, one of the teams that we had at least had some discussions with some of the other teams was a team that's had some hardcore discipline problems. And basically, I told them stay away because of the drinking and the abuse and the fact that the coach doesn't keep control of those players. It's to be a wasted cause. Well, those players and that team are just, and I'll be even a little more honest in that. I'll tell you right now with Glenbrook North that those players are a bunch of, they've got ego problems and they've got discipline problems. There's been some drinking incidents, at least one that I know of, and the team has hidden it. There's a shot and a save. And the coach knew about it, and he hid it. And one of those players was talked to me about a college. But a college talked to me about him. And I said, forget it. Parker, near side. Put to the far side. Jordy Katz, he goes down hard. Third out to center ice, all the way down into the zone. There's a shot. And a goal! No, off the side of the net. Everyone started yelling and screaming, but the puck was on the side of the net on the outside. Frozen puck. Score remains 2-0. There's a shot that goes wide, put to the far side. And now on the near side, Picked up by the Trevians. And we lose a puck again into the penalty box on the Loyola side. Trevians clear it out to center ice. And as it's brought back in, it's offside. Offside at the blue line against the Ramblers, and the faceoff. O'Connor gave it back to the defense. O'Connor and Brad Parker. Parker pushes him down on top of the puck. Hand pass. They let it go. Kicked ahead, Trevians. Eichelberger. Off a leg. Now picked up by John Eichelberger. And he had his pocket pick, Chaya. Lift into the zone. Wrapped around to the near side. Heavy check. Picked up by the Trevians. Gillen. Offside. Offside against New Trier. There does not seem to be the same intensity at this game that there was earlier in the year on the part of the Trevians, or for that matter, on the part of the Ramblers. Both teams have had a moderate amount of success at the beginning of the year, I think, and it's kind of like, well, that's offside. And I think that may be playing a little bit here on how these teams are playing. I think both these teams have kind of tired themselves out, perhaps, or something to that effect. Or maybe because the school finals are coming up, are involved in this time, or maybe early admissions to college. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe some of the players were off during the holiday break, the winter break. I don't know what it is, but the intensity always seems to go down in January. And I sort of feel that here tonight. Millard, and he's knocked off the puck. People go back to doing stupid things. We don't seem to play the way they should be playing. Back behind the goal line. Ho put it to the far side. And now flipped out and down into the Ramblers' end. Turns out to be a long shot on goal. Mitch Dudek to the far side. Out to the blue line. And a whistle. We got another penalty coming up for roughing on Keneally. Keneally, a minor roughing. And because it was a Trevian inside the Rambler defensive zone that got that penalty, the face-off moves outside the blue line. We're in the second period. Trevian's leading it 2-0. Flip to the far side. Now again the Ramblers set it up. The big cranker and a goal! Schragle with it, I believe. Matt Schragle with the goal. Mika Chula. Joey Chula with the goal. And it's 2-1. Sardo had it. He just couldn't control it. The freshman let it sneak by him and across the goal line. There's a big blaster in the save. To the far side. Cleared ahead, the Trevians. To the near side, that's Wump. To Davidson. Davidson shot and the save by Depish with the shoulder. And again, the shot by Davidson, just a little wide, put to the near side. And they battle along there, cleared out, and it kind of sneaks its way down. Picked up by the Trevians, no icing. Never crossed the goal line. Out to Mitch Dudek and a whistle. And then we have another penalty coming up for high sticking on, I believe, Kevin Carroll. There's something back behind the play. It is Kevin Carroll, a minor for high sticking. Side, put to the far side. Back over to the near side, John Eichelberger. Eichelberger, oh, nice move. Couldn't do anything with the puck, but boy, he certainly put on a little show from the high slot. A shot and a save by Bob Depish. Grabbed and held on. Now the face-off, the draw, near side, cleared and all the way down by the Ramblers, who are penalty killing. Peter Cecil to the far side, underled the pass for Lutz. He picked it up anyway. Now John Eichelberger. Up ahead for Lutz. Dan Lutz into the zone. Lutz with Nowak on his off wing. Lutz was picked up by the Trevians. A little shovel attempt didn't work. Jamie Crowley to the near side. Lutz back to Crowley, through him. Korsha clears it. Matt Passon. Jamie Crowley dropped past to John Eichelberger, right through the slot. Peter Cecil. Dan Lutz. Near side, Eichelberger. And stolen away and cleared. Peter Cecil drop passes it to Matt Passon. New Trier has not had much shooting during this power play of theirs. And offside here now, whistled at the blue line. Up, controlled by the Trevians. Yoon. Near side, now flipped down into the zone. Put to the far side. Nearly stolen away. Paul Yoon clears it out to center ice, and Trevians accidentally put it right back into the zone. Wasn't that offside? Even if it is a new Trier player that does it, I would think it'd still be delayed offside. They'd have to clear the zone. I guess not. There's a shot and held on by Sortle. We will give you that web address shortly. Near side, Miller. O'Donohue, Miller, and they kind of push it along. Put to the far side, Parker. Couldn't get it out of the zone. O'Donohue out to the point. There's the shot. Ran into traffic. Picked up by the Trevians. They get it out to center ice. Got a big hit for the Trouble. There's another one. Taken by Paul Benjamin. Back at the point, Jamie Crowley. And now the Ramblers steal it away. Finley Brown flips it into the zone. And a whistle for offside. The near side, picked up by Lutz, right in the slot, goes to the far side. Cleared ahead, and that's icing. Loyola's managed to get themselves back up following the Midwest Cup tournament. 4:19 to play here in the second period. There's a shot and a save. Peter Cecil wrapped around to the near side and cleared. Picked up by Matt Passon. It'll give and go back to John Eichelberger. Eichelberger, Dipsy Doodle, got by the man, but couldn't control the puck. Now a little hand pass, and they'll whistle it down. That hand pass they called, the one with Loyola in the attack zone, they didn't call. Face-off coming up outside the zone. Was one of the new Trier players that caused the net to be dislodged. Now the face-off put to the far side by Jeff Parker. Pat Turner put it into the zone. Back behind the net, Nowak put it to the near side. And the Trevians put it right through, and a save by Depesh. Now the face-off, controlled by the Ramblers. They clear it out to center ice. Little give-and-go attempt that was busted up, picked up by Jeff Parker. Parker tried to find the man, now put to the far side, LaCorsia. LaCorsia Heavy check on Pat Turner, who lost his stick doing it. Into the zone, Millard. Near side. Out to the point, Chain, and he had his pocket pick. Parker now picked up by Chain, who backhanded deep into the zone. Paul Yoon. Yoon got it up on the dasher boards, and we lose a puck. Heavy check thrown there by Turner. He'll get called for a rough. Well after the whistle. And Pat Turner gets a minor for roughing. Pat Turner, minor for roughing. Hi, Colin. Colin Myron, the backup goalie tonight for the Ramblers. Now the face-off is lipped into the zone. Taken there by the Ramblers, put to the far side. Turns out to be a shot on goal. Put to the far side again. Nowak to the near side. Cleared. Right through the slot. And cleared out of there again. Davidson. Long shot and a goal! Over the shoulder of Scott Sortle, and we're tied at 2. Chris Nine ready now to drop the puck, tied at 2. They're giving an assist there to Depish, although I think that's a little silly. I don't think Depish really shot it ahead. Chris Nine likes to do that. Phantom assist to the goalie. Being a former goalie himself, I think that's kind of why he does stuff like that. Killen. Now picked up by Cecil. Back behind the goal line, Kevin Carroll. Near side. Out to the point. Held in by Cecil. He got hit on the back. Nothing penalty-wise. Passing. Off a skate. A little under-led on the pass. Charlie Miller puts it back into the zone. O'Connor gets bumped off by Passon, picked up by Killen. J. Edgar Killen. And he kind of ends up on top of the puck. Tied at 2 between New Trier and Loyola Gold. It's the most goals that Loyola has scored against New Trier this year. New Trier has outscored Loyola in these contests. They have met, this is the third time now, and New Trier has outscored them 13-3. Chris Nine warning, I think that's Mark LeVar. I have have to take another look. DJ LeVar not here tonight. He's out of town. I think he's in Minnesota with his, yeah, it is Mark LeVar, former Blackhawk. Picked up by the Trevians, near side. Out ahead, here comes the Trevians. Jamie Crowley put it to the near side. Keneally. Nowhere to go with it. Out to center ice. As the horn sounds, ending the second period. At the end of the second period of play, we're tied up at 2. We'll be back with more hockey action in just a moment.
I'm Ryan Sandberg with the Chicago.
To get underway with the third period of tonight's action. Going into tonight's action, by the way, the leading scorer in the league is Mark Harris again. Mark, despite missing a couple of games with the injury at the beginning of the year, sustained in the first game of the season, is, I believe, about 3 points up on everybody else. 2 or 3 points up on his nearest rival, Mike McConaughey of Lake Forest. Into the zone comes Davidson. Backhand shot off the side of the net. Near side. Passing. The leader in penalties, most penalty minutes, goes to Scott Booth of Deerfield. He's got almost 30 more than his nearest rival, as it were. Let's hope he stops getting penalties and no one tries to take over the lead from him. On the near side, Ramblers trying to take a lead here. Jeff Davidson out to center ice. Last time these two teams met was in the Blackhawk tournament, and the Trevians coming away with a 7-1 victory. On that far side, they push it along there. I take it back. McConaughey and Chris Affinati are tied for second place in the scoring with 31 points. Mark Harris has 33, 17 goals, 16 assists, 33. Chris Affinati, 12 goals, 19 assists, and 31. Mike McConaughey is just the other way around, 19, 12, and 31. Dan Luca, Glenbrook North, 12, 18, and 30. Enrique Carrillo of Evanston, 15, 12, and 27. Rounding out the top 5. Jamie Crowley, John Eichelberger, Jeff Leichinger, Dan Lutz of New Trier, and Luke Reel of Glenbrook South round out the top 10. On the near side boards, they push it along there. Picked up by the Trevians. They bring it into the zone. There's a shot, the save, and the net dislodged. New Trier scored the most goals. New Trier Green, 88. Evanston is next with 73. Loyola Gold, 67. Stevenson, 62. Glenbrook North, 60, and Lake Forest, 52. The Trevians are plus 63 going into this period. Evanston plus 39. Loyola Gold 36, Glenbrook North 26, Lake Forest 14, Stevenson 13. That is, they've scored that many goals more than their opponents have scored against them. Try and freeze it along the near side boards. And the whistle for the frozen puck. Penalty minutes wise, Glenbrook South leads the league at 248 minutes in penalties called against them. Barrington 230, as does Deerfield. Highland Park 204. Glenbrook North 198, which is way out of line. Now, anything over 100 and I'd probably say about 150 is a little bit high here. Glenbrook North 198. Loyola Maroon 176. Niles 164. Lake Forest 156. Evanston 150 minutes. Loyola Gold and New Trier Green are tied with 148 minutes in penalties called against them. Stevenson 144 and New Trier Blue just 130 minutes in penalties. As we mentioned, Scott Booth, the leading individual, he has 62 minutes called against him. Billy Moore of Glenbrook South, 42. Matt Rispecki of Glenbrook North, 39. Blake Eastman of Niles, 36. Alex Katz of Glenbrook North, 36 minutes. Steve Lee of Glenbrook South, 36 minutes. Alex Polis of Barrington, 36, but most of those early in the year. Bill Rutherford of Barrington, 32. Charlie Vanderploeg of Glenbrook South, 31, but he's only played in 8 games and still has 31 minutes. On the near side board, far side boards rather, they push it along. Trevians, Dan Lutz. Lutz looking to center it. Now they kind of push it along there. Lutz tried to center, couldn't get there. With it, Eichelberger centers it through the slot, put to the far side. Charlie Miller clears it to center ice. Trevians have it at their own blue line, right across the blue line, and red line rather, and dumped into the zone. Miller clears it out to and back into the Trevians end, put to the near side. Out to the point, ran into traffic, and now here comes Schragle. Schragle, one man to beat, takes the shot, boomed it wide, put to the near side. And now here come the Trevians back the other way. The cranker that ran into a stick before any mustard was put on that shot. Near side. Centered again, right through everything. Put to the far side. Schragle. Down the players go. Trying to avoid each other on the check, and now cleared, and that's icing against Loyola as the Ramblers were in trouble. Leading scorer on New Trier Green is Jamie Crowley. John Eichelberger is also there. As we said, Dan Lutz. Others with some rather nice point totals. Pat Keneally, Paul Benjamin, Jeff Davidson, and Roger Lump, all in double digits on their points. The Loyola Ramblers leading scorer is Matt O'Connor, who would be in third place on New Trier Green, but he's leading Loyola Gold. Others with double digits: J.P. LaCourcia, the defenseman, Matt Schragle, Joey Chula, Finley Brown, Mike Samus, Mike McHugh, and Bill Schwartz, and Joe Chaya. Popped along. Now picked up and cleared. Trevians into the zone. Davidson went down. Davidson comes up with the puck. I don't know why Paul Benjamin passed it back to him. Davidson was obviously on the ground. Right through the slot over to the far side. Samus. Back to the corner. Centered out high. Chaya couldn't get the shot away. Trevians making effective use of the boards in their own zone. But unfortunately, not a lot of action going on here. Lacorsha and Paul Benjamin. Matt O'Connor. John Eichelberger. Eichelberger pops it out of there. Eichelberger tried to dipsy doodle and in so doing lost the puck off the end of his stick. Picked up by Brad Parker. Parker near side to Dan Lutz. Little give and go back to Lutz. Lutz. And we lose a puck and get a face-off. And then Lutz is kind of blindsided. The two linesmen right there, nothing to call. They lose the puck into the Loyola bench. Actually, tonight, both head coaches are not here. DJ LeVar with his youth team up in Minnesota. And Dave Cromer with the Lake Forest College team. He's assistant coach there tonight. So the high school team assistants are taking the teams tonight. Lutz. Eichelberger. And cleared. Brad Parker. Bouncing around and now picked up by Lutz. To Eichelberger. Give and go back to Dan Lutz. Lutz into the zone. Lutz spreads it out. Lutz centers it. Shot and goal! Dan O'Donohue on the centering pass from Lutz. I think that was Eichelberger, wasn't it, that centered it back out to Lutz? I think so. But in any case, the goal is O'Donohue from Lutz officially on the score sheet. And the Trevians have a 3-2 lead. On the near side boards, off the boards, up ahead, now picked up by Lacorsha. Lacorsha wheels it around. Up in the air and put into the zone by Chula, or Schregel rather. Now Chula chases it. Near side. And they'll play a game of shinny along the boards, back behind the goal line. And again, it's pushed along. Trevians trying to bust it free and get it out of harm's way. Now they do. On the break, attempt at the breakout. Keneally. Benjamin with the shot. He shot it wide. Put to the far side, and Jamie Crowley put it in deep. Keneally. McHugh. Schregel. Lacorsha, all there. Paul Benjamin came up with the puck, side of the net. And now taken to the far side, and here come the Ramblers back the other way. Lacorsha. And it's offside against Loyola. They're missing a C. It's dropped out somewhere. It's on the floor somewhere underneath the camera, whatever. Near the sideboards, they push it along. Put to the far side. There's a shot. And the save, and held on by Sortle. And meanwhile, some glaring going on. Samus and Davidson. Mike Samus has been a little feisty tonight. There have been a couple of those between Samus and Jeff Davidson. And apparently the referee, Chris Nine, has been thoughtful enough, concerned, or lack of concern enough to call anything between them. On the near side, they push it along there, out to the point. And LaCourcia gets bumped hard by Turner, and again brought in offside. Now the draw is controlled by the Trevians. Flipped into the zone. Back behind the goal line to the near side. Turner. Trevians with it. Right through the slot. And out to center ice. Put to the far side. They're still battling for it there. We lose a puck into the Loyola bench. And again, some pushing and shoving after the play. Finley Brown in on that one. Nothing to call. Chris Nine standing right there. I think that was simply an accident. The two players sort of skated by, and the Trevian tripped over the Rambler. Keneally finally gets enough control to put it into the zone. Taken by the Ramblers. Trevians lead it 3-2. Stolen away. Paul Benjamin in the slot. A good cranker. The rebound bounces over. Now there's another shot, and held on by Depesh. Nice shot from the slot by Paul Benjamin, and then the rebound. Depesh gave up a great rebound opportunity, and the Trevians unable to connect on a bouncing puck. Picked up by the Ramblers. Put to the far side now. Cleared to center ice and all the way back into the Trevians' end. They washed off the icing. Jeff Davidson dropped past it. Trevians bring it up. Overled on the pass, and the Ramblers have it again off the boards and now into the Ramblers' end. Chaya to the red line and cleared into the zone. Trier with the puck. Paul Yoon to the far side. Jamie Crowley and Matt O'Connor came up with it briefly. Chaya, Matt O'Connor trying to center it, intercepted by Paul Benjamin and cleared the length of the ice, and that's icing. Or was that Jeff Davidson? One of the two. No, it was Paul Benjamin. Down to 2 minutes and change to play here in the period. Trevians leading at 3-2. To the point. They shot through, tried to find people through everything, nothing doing. Brown to the far side. Now Miller puts it in deep. Taken to the near side. Out again high. Finley Brown. Now John Eichelberger. Eichelberger spreads it out. Offside against the Trevians. Well, we have the All-Star game coming up in 2 weeks here in the Metro. 2 weeks to the All-Star game. And then we'll start the playoffs. Top 6 teams in the league playing in the Scholastic Cup. The bottom 7 playing in the Founders Cup. So this year, if it is possible that a team that is currently playing in the Founders Cup could move their way up and play in the Scholastic Cup. Is possible. Deep, wrapped around to the far side. Picked up by Miller. Off the leg, near side. Back to the defense. The Metro League takes off the Wednesday of finals week for the teams. McHugh, Cranker in the save. And we lose the puck and get a face-off with 1:18 to play here in the third period. Trevians on top 3-2. And I'm willing to bet that Loyola's going to take their time out here, try and arrange to have Bob Deppish get out of that, out of the net. What they're going to do. That's what they have done. Loyola takes a timeout. Face-off circles here, hoping the Ramblers will gain possession, control of the puck, so that he can leave for the extra attacker. The face-off, back behind the goal line, picked up by Parker, now still kicked along. The Trevians just trying to kill some time here, leading it by a goal. Out to the point. As we're down to a minute or so left to play here in the third period. Brad Parker wraps it to the far side. Samus into the slot. No shot. Taken by the Trevians. And they'll just flip it out of harm's way. Will that be icing? No. Off the side of the net. Who was it? Lutz or Crowley got that shot away. Lutz. And prevented the icing call. In the corner. And a whistle for offside. And they're going to call it intentional because the man was way in deep into the zone. Mark LeVar and Jack McIntosh are none too happy. Mark LeVar, the sort of head coach tonight. The draw, back out high. There's a shot right into traffic. Taken by the Ramblers. They come back the other way. The long shot, the save. Down to 15 seconds to play in the game. On that far side boards. They kind of push it along there. Pop, push, 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 push. Nobody gaining control. Now out to the point. And the shot just a little wide. And held on. One second to play in the period. This broadcast has been brought to you under broadcasting rights granted by the Metro Chicago Sports Network, solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Metro Chicago Sports Network is an infringement of the copyright and strictly prohibited. Your announcer is an independent producer of these games and solely responsible for its content. And the horn sounds ending the game. And this broadcast pre-recorded for presentation at this time. Final score, New Trier Trevians 3 and the Loyola Ramblers Gold Team 2. New Trier Trevians Green 3, Loyola Ramblers 2. This broadcast has been brought to you down the network. Hoping you enjoyed it. We'll see you next week with more sports action. And until then, we say, as always, so long, everyone.